The truth is, you're not broke because of your bank account. You're broke because of what's happening inside your head. And nobody told you that the prison you're living in, you built it yourself, one thought at a time. Think about that for a second. Every limitation you see in your life right now, every door that feels closed, every opportunity that feels out of reach, it didn't start out there. It started in here, in your mind. But here's the good news. If you built that prison, you hold the key to get out. And today, we're going to talk about exactly how to use it. Welcome to the Above and Beyond Affiliate Marketing Podcast. I am your host, Jay Ryland, with my co-host, Sophia.
And I'm Sophia. Here, we explore the ideas, principles, and conversations that help you think bigger, build smarter, and grow beyond what you thought was possible.
And this is the Hidden Power series, where we take ancient truth and put it to work in your modern business and your everyday life. Let's go. So, what is affirmative power? Today, we're in phase 4 of the Hidden Power series. We're talking about something actually called affirmative power. Now, I know that sounds like a big fancy term, but let me break it down simple. Affirmative power is the power of thought, is the ability to take what's in your mind and turn it into real life. Thomas Troward, the man whose work is the foundation of this entire series, said it like this. He said, "The one day the truth will burst upon you like a revelation. And the revelation is this: you can take the power of life itself and direct it with your thoughts." Now, that's not motivation talk. That's not wishful thinking. That is the ancient law that has been operating since the beginning of time. The moment you understand this, really understand it, everything changes. Because you stop seeing yourself as a victim of your circumstances, and you start seeing yourself as the creator of them. Now, before we go any further, I want you to understand something about why most people don't ever get there. Most people have heard some version of this idea. Think positive, manifest your dreams, mindset is everything, and they nod, they agree, and then nothing changes. Why? Because they treat it like information, like a cool concept to file away. But this is not information. This is a law. And laws don't care whether you believe in them or not, or even understand them. They just operate. Gravity didn't start working when you learned about it, and affirmative power doesn't start working when you feel like it. It's always working. The only question is whether you're going to work with it or against yourself.
Jay, okay. So, are you saying that our thoughts literally have the power to shape what happens in our life? Like, for real?
Yes, for real. And not just a little bit, completely. But here's where most people get it wrong. They think it like it's just some positive thinking tool. Just slap a smile on, say some nice things to yourself. That's not what Troyer is talking about. He's talking about something deeper, something that goes all the way down to your very core. See, where draws a line between two very different things. There's the thought you think with your head, and then there's the truth you feel in your gut. And those two things are not always the same. You can think I'm successful all day long, but if somewhere deep inside you feel like a fraud, like you don't deserve it, Like it's only a matter of time before someone figures out you don't know what you're doing. That feeling is the one running the show, not the words that you're saying in your head. This is why affirmations alone don't always work for people. They're speaking the right words, but the feeling the wrong thing. And Chord tells us it's the feeling that moves the law. So let's break this down. So let's go with the difference between the knowing and the feeling. There's two levels to this. Level one is your intellect. That's your thinking brain. The part that you understand an idea, you process it, and you say, yeah, that makes sense. Level two is your emotional conception. That's the self you actually feel yourself to be. And here's the truth, the part that changes everything. It's not enough just to know the truth. You have to feel it. George said it in this way. He said, our thought must be so grounded in knowledge that we feel the truth about it. Because it's that feeling, that inner state, that actually produces the results in the real world. Think about it like this. You can know that a plane is safe to fly on. You understand the physics. You've seen the statistics. But if deep down inside you're terrified of flying, the fear is running the show, not your intellect. Same thing works in reverse. You can feel abundant before your bank account says you are. You can feel healthy before your body catches up. You can feel successful before the results show up. And when you do, the law goes to work. Now, here's where I need to get real with you for a minute, because this isn't just theory for me. I remember a season in my business, and some of you know exactly what I'm talking about, where I was doing everything right on the outside. The work's getting done, the systems were in place, the products were live, but inside, I was running a constant loop of, this isn't going to work. It's too late. Other people already way ahead of me. You already missed your window. I didn't realize it at the time, but that loop, that inner soundtrack, was shaping everything. My energy on calls, how I showed up, the energy, the decisions I made, the risk I was willing to take. The outside world was reflecting what was happening inside of me. And I didn't even know I had the power to change the channel. That's why this message matters. That's why we're having this conversation today.
So it's almost like you have to be it on the inside before it can show up on the outside.
Exactly. You said it better than I did, Sophia. You cannot think a different kind of life into existence than the one you actually feel yourself to be living inside. Horace, a philosopher who lived over 2,000 years ago, said it this way. And please bear with me on this. Nemo dat quod non habet. You cannot give what you do not have. If you feel broke on the inside, you will produce broke on the outside every single time. And I know that's hard to hear because some of you are in real circumstances right now, real financial pressure, real business struggle, real life. I'm not dismissing that. I'm not sitting here in a nice chair telling you to feel better and everything will fix itself. What I am telling you is this. Your circumstances are a result. They're downstream from your inner state. And the only way to change the results downstream is to go upstream and change the source. You change the river by changing where it starts, not by standing downstream and trying to stop the current. But here's where it gets even more important. And I need you to really hear this. The machine never stops. Your mind is always working. Always. You cannot shut it off. You cannot sit still and produce nothing mentally. The machine keeps running 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And every single moment, that machine is creating something. The question is, what is it creating? Let me paint you a picture. And I want to be honest with yourself, okay, and whether this is you or not. It's 7 in the morning. You wake up. Before your feet even hit the floor, you grab your phone. You check your stats. Your Shopify dashboard shows the same low numbers yesterday as it does today. Your affiliate commissions are flat. And immediately, before you even had your morning coffee, your brain starts running the loop. It's not working. I'm behind. I should have started sooner. Other people are killing it and I'm stuck. Maybe this isn't for me. And you carry that into your morning, into your first conversation, into your first decision of the day. And by 9 a.m., you're already operating from a mental state of scarcity and defeat. Sound familiar? Now flip it. Somebody else's wakes up. Same numbers, same dashboard, same situation on paper, but their first thought is different. They train themselves intentionally to think from a place of abundance and possibility. So they look at the same flat stats that they think, I'm learning, I'm building, I know something today that I didn't know yesterday, and this thing is going to work. Same circumstances, completely different thought life, completely different energy going into the day. Which person do you think takes better action, makes bolder decisions, builds something over time? Chord said that in our ignorance, when we don't know this truth, we create negative forms and think life into them. We create thoughts of sickness, thoughts of failure, thoughts of lack, thoughts of limitation. And when we breathe life into those thoughts by giving them our attention, even those negative things have no real power on their own. To us, they became real. And they throw a shadow across a path that should be full of light and beauty and abundance. The truth is, most people are walking around using the most powerful tool in the universe, their mind, to build the exact life they don't want. And they don't even know they're doing it.
That's actually a little scary when you think about it. So the negative, the fear, the doubts, the lack mindset, it actually has no power by itself?
Zero. None. Zip. The negative is just nothing. It's the absence of something, has no life, no force, no power. It only comes alive when you give it life with your thoughts. Think about darkness. Darkness isn't a thing. It's just the absence of light. You don't fight darkness by attacking it. You just turn on the light. Same thing with your limiting beliefs. You don't fight them. You don't wrestle with them. You just stop feeding them and start feeding something else. Now, I want to take a second here because somebody listening is saying, Jay, that sounds great, but I've tried to think positive. I've tried to stay motivated. It just doesn't stick. I go a few days, then I fall back into the same old patterns, and here's what I want to say about that. You're not failing at mindset. You're just not going deep enough. Surface level positivity is like putting a fresh coat of paint on a house with a broken foundation. It looks good for a minute, but the cracks come back. What Trord is talking about is foundation level work. It's not about positive thinking on top of what actually you believe. It's about changing what you actually believe at the root, at the core, in the place you feel, not just the place you think. And that takes intentional practice every single day, which is exactly what we're going to be talking about. Your thought is the magnet. So here's the big shift. Here's what Troward calls the great reason for controlling your thought. Thought is the one and only instrument you have to work with, but it works absolute certainty. Think limitation, you get limitation. Think enlargement, you get enlargement. No exceptions, no shortcuts, no way around it. Your thought, as a feeling, is a magnet, and it draws to you the conditions that match itself exactly. Now, I want to talk to the affiliate marketers and e-commerce entrepreneurs in the room for a second, because this principle shows up in your business in very specific ways. Have you ever noticed how when you're in a flow, when things are clicking, opportunities seem to come from everywhere? A new affiliate program just lands in your inbox. A customer referral shows up out of nowhere. A collaboration falls into your lap. And you think, wow, things are really working right now. And then when you're in a slump, when you're grinding and nothing is moving, it feels like every door is closed, like nothing works, like the algorithm hates you, like your timing is always wrong. Same skills, same tools, same internet, different results. So what changed? Your inner state changed. Your magnet changed frequency. That's not mystical, you guys. That's the law operating exactly the way Trower described it, drawing to you the conditions that match your dominant thought life. Now, somebody is listening right now saying, Jay, how am I supposed to think differently when my circumstances are staring directly at me in the face? My bank account's empty. My business isn't working. My situation is real. Hey, I hear you. I'm not asking you to lie to yourself. I'm not asking you to say your situation is something that it's not. What I'm asking you to do is something much more powerful than that. Stop thinking from your circumstances and start thinking from a place above them. This is an interior place inside of you, a place where circumstances don't exist yet, a place where you are free to decide what you want to create. Think from that place and then let the circumstances catch up, because they will.
So instead of thinking about the specific problem, like I need more money or I need more clients, you're saying think bigger than that?
Yes, think the essence, not the condition. Don't think, I need money. Think prosperity itself. Don't think, I want to be less stressed. Think peace itself. Don't think, I want to be healthier. Think life in its fullness. Troward pointed to an old advertisement from Pearson's Weekly that said, think money. Big money makers think money. And that's actually sound advice, but we can go even further than that. Don't just think money, think life. Think abundance. Think harmony. Think all the good things, of which money is just one symbol. Because when you think at that level, when you align with life in its fullness, everything you need starts to show up. Money, peace, health, relationships, opportunity, all of it. And this is important for business specifically, because so many entrepreneurs are locked in scarcity-based thinking disguised as strategy. They're obsessing over what they don't have, what's not working, what the competition is doing that they're not. That obsession is feeding the wrong magnet every time. The shift is to think from the outcome you want to create, not from the problem you're trying to escape.
Jay, I want to go back to something you said earlier about your own season of doubt. What actually helped you shift? Like, what did that look like in real life?
That's a real question, Sophia. And I appreciate you asking it because I think people need to hear it. Hear the honest answer, not just the highlight reel version. What shifted for me was two things, and they worked together. First, it was the Word of God. I started spending time every single morning in Scripture before I touched my phone, before I checked any numbers, before I looked at any business metrics. I fed my spirit first. And Proverbs 23:7 became very real to me. As a man thinks in his heart, so is he. I started really treating that as law, not just a verse in the Bible. And second, I started paying attention to what I was feeding my mind after Scripture. The content I was consuming, the conversations I was having, the thoughts I was entertaining in idle moments, I started treating my mind like the most important business asset I own because it is. And over time, not overnight, the inner soundtrack changed. And when the inner soundtrack changed, everything else started to shift with it. That's the testimony. That's the real story. And I believe it's available for every single person listening to this right now. So, what to do today? So, let's make this real. Here's what you do starting today. Now, get a pen and paper if you can. If not, go back to this part of the episode and re-listen to it. Step 1. Audit your mental diet. What are you feeding your mind every morning? Before you check your phone, before you look at your numbers, before you talk to anybody, what is the first thought you give life to? Here's the exercise. For the next 7 days, keep a mental diet journal. It can be in your phone notes, a napkin, whatever. But every morning, write down the first 3 dominant thoughts or feelings you notice when you wake up. Just observe, no judgment, just data. At the end of 7 days, look at what you've been feeding. Is it abundance or lack? Is it faith or fear? Possibility or defeat? The pattern will be right there in black and white. Step 2. Think the essence, not the condition. Instead of listing your problems and worrying about your specific circumstances, spend 5 minutes every morning think about what you want to feel. Peace, abundance, health, purpose. Just sit with those words and let them sink in. Here's a practical way to do this. Write 3 sentences every morning that start with I am. That was our last episode, right? I am. Not I want to be, not I'm working on being. I am. I am building something that matters. I am a person of peace and focus. I am drawing the right opportunities to me right now. Short, simple, repeated daily. You're training the magnet. Step 3. Feel it before you see it. Now, this is going to be the hard part. This is where most people quit. You have to practice feeling abundant before your bank account agrees. Feeling successful before the results show up. Feeling healthy before your body catches up. That feeling is the magnet. Use it. Here's how to build it. Find one thing, just one, that's already working, already moving, already evidence that you are building something real. Focus your attention there. Let that evidence anchor your feeling of abundance, then build from that anchor point. You're not ignoring reality, you're choosing which part of reality to stand on. Step 4, starve the negative. Every time a fear thought or lack thought shows up, don't fight it. Don't argue with it. Don't give it an audience. Just don't feed it. Redirect, refocus, turn the light on. The practical version of this is simple. Every time you catch yourself in a negative thought loop, say this out loud or in your head: cancel, replace. Cancel the thought. Replace it with the essence of what you want to feel: peace, abundance, life, purpose. You're not suppressing the negative, you're just not watering it. You're choosing to water something else instead. That's it. 4 steps: a mental diet journal, the daily I am statements, 1 anchor of evidence, and a cancel replace practice for the negative loops. Simple enough for anybody to start today, and powerful enough to change everything if you actually do it.
You know what I love about this, Jay? Is that none of those 4 steps cost any money. None of them require a tool or a course or software subscription. It's just a decision to show up differently inside your own mind.
That's exactly right. And that's actually one of the most important things about this entire series. The most powerful thing you will ever own in your business is not your email list. It's not your website. It's not your product. It's not your ad account. It is your mind. And it's free. It's already yours. You were born with it. God put it in you for a reason. The question is whether you're going to treat it like the most valuable asset you have, or whether you're going to keep letting it run on autopilot when life keeps giving you more of the same. The choice is always yours, and it's available to you right now, today. Now, I want to bring this home with something that matters to me deeply. Proverbs 23:7 says, "As a man thinks in his heart, so is he." Not as a man thinks in his head, in his heart. That's the emotional conception Troy was talking about. That's the self you feel yourself to be. The Word of God and the laws of the universe are not in conflict. They're in complete agreement. Romans 12:2 says, "Be transformed by the renewing of your mind." Not by changing your circumstances first, not by waiting until the money shows up, not by holding on until life gets easier, by renewing of your mind. The transformation starts in the mind. Always. You were created in the image of a God who spoke things into existence, who said, "Let there be light," and there was light. God didn't look at the darkness and say, "Well, I guess this is just how it is." He didn't wait for the light to appear before he declared it. He declared it first, and then it was. You carry that same creative power inside you. Not at the same scale, mind you, but in the same kind. You were made to speak life, to think life, to build life. And your responsibility, your act of stewardship, is to take that power seriously, to guard your mind, to direct your thoughts, to think from the inside out. Philippians 4:8 says, "Whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things." Now, this isn't just some spiritual advice. This is a blueprint for operating the most powerful instrument you own. Think on these things. Think life, think harmony, think prosperity, think peace. That's not arrogance, that is purpose, that is identity. You are not made to be a victim of your circumstances, you are made to be a creator. And the moment you start living like that, everything changes. So let me leave you with this. The truth is, the life you want already exists. It's real, it's possible, it's waiting. But it won't show up. It won't until it shows up in here first, in your mind first. Think life, think harmony, think prosperity, think peace, think happiness, not as conditions you're chasing, as truths you already are. And by the sure operation of the universal law, those things will take shape in your life in exactly the way that fits you best. And they will stay with you because you know they are part of who you were all along. You came into this episode today with the set of circumstances. You're leaving it with something more powerful than any circumstances. You're leaving it with the key. The key to the prison you may have been walking around in. The key to the life you've been waiting for permission to live. Nobody has to give you that permission. It's already yours. Now go use it. Everything you want exists on the other side of fear. Now go build it. Hey, before I get to our partner segment, I want to give you something. We built a free 7-day mental diet journal that walks you through everything we just covered, step by step, day by day. It's printable, it's free, and you can grab it right now at the aboveandbeyondpodcast.com. Go get it, come back tomorrow, do the work. Plus, if you want to write about your experience in our comment section, we welcome you to do that. We would love to read it on the podcast if you'd like, and about how, and just share with us how it is starting to work in your life or your business or what your current goals are. We'd love to do that. And just thank you for sharing that for those who want to. Now, before I let you go, I want to talk to you real quick about something practical. And I was just thinking about mindset without resources isn't just a dream, and I want you to have both. We've been talking all episode about thinking from abundance, about aligning yourself with prosperity and life and possibility. But here's the thing. Sometimes abundance thinking needs fuel. Real, practical, tangible capital that actually executes on the vision God put in your heart. Now, we've partnered with Rock Financial to help our listening audience to get the funding they need without going through traditional banks that always tell you no. You know the story. You go to the bank, you got the vision, you got the plan, you've done the work, and they turn you down because you don't fit their perfect little box. And Rock Financial is different. They work with business owners and entrepreneurs, people just like you, to get you the capital you need to actually grow, to scale what's working, to invest in what's next, to stop letting lack of funding be the wall that stands between your vision and your execution. Here's the deal we set up for our Above and Beyond family. When you apply through our link, you automatically will receive our free guide on how to get approved every time. Don't let lack of funding be the thing that stops you. The mindset is in place. Now let's get you the resources to match it. Now, you can go to tinyurl.com/above and beyond funding. And that'll get you to a page. You fill out that form. Somebody will come out and, well, they won't come out to you, but they'll call you and may ask you a few questions. They got to do it. But it's all alternative funding sources, so they want to get to know you. But I'll always be right here for also any questions. I'm not just giving you the link and be like, okay, you go deal with them now. So I'll always be here. And if you need anything too, I just want to let you know that, this show isn't just motivation. This is the ancient truth meeting modern business, and it will shift the way you see yourself forever. I'm Jay Ryland, and this is my co-host, Sophia.
I will see you later, everyone, and thank you for being here. It means a lot to us. Keep listening, keep growing, and I can't wait to see you next week, where we are going to talk about submission. Spoiler alert, not the kind you think.
And this is the Above and Beyond Affiliate Marketing Podcast. Come visit our website at www.theaboveandbeyondpodcast.com. Sign up for our newsletter, our exclusive tips, our hints, bonuses you will not ever want to miss. Plus, check out our new merch. I think we're going to be getting here a new hoodie and stuff soon. And we want you to, hopefully this hits home with you guys. Subscribe, share, leave a comment, let us know what hit you the hardest in this episode. We read everyone. I actually do. I go through them all. And we want you to actually be on the show. If you send us an email, you want to talk about something, we want you to be a part of this as well in this whole journey. And we want to know where you're at. Because everything you want exists on the other side of fear. Now, go build it.